Hey everybody, what's up? This is Will. You're watching Road to Strong. Today I'm just going to real quick go over my performance at USAPL NJ State Championships. So this past weekend, August 2nd, was the 32nd annual New Jersey State Championships, in which they don't crown a state champion. Oh well. Even if they did, I wouldn't have won. But enough joking. I want to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of this meet, because there was a lot of good, a lot of bad, and a lot of ugly at this meet. So first and foremost, the good thing is that I competed well for myself anyways. I totaled about 1,240 pounds, 562.5 kilograms, which is a 63, give or take, meet PR for me. On top of that, I had an all-time PR, all-time lifetime PR on my squat of 474 pounds, up roughly 20 some odd pounds from my last maximum squat at South Brooklyn Weightlifting Classic in the spring, in April, about 3 months ago, which was about 451 pounds. Which was great. I totaled 2 out of 3 on my squat, and that was the 474. I went for 485, and just got stuck, couldn't move it. But you win some, you lose some. Coming into this competition, I really didn't have a set goal for my squat. I just knew I wanted to improve my squat. My bench and my deadlift, I had numbers that I wanted to hit. I didn't hit those numbers. I got pretty close for my bench and not quite so close for deadlift, but more on that later on in the video. So having failed 485, which I felt pretty confident I could have done, going forward, I'll be honest, I'm not really going to change anything about my training plan. My training plan went very well. I worked up to being able to double my previous PR, and hopefully by the time Nationals rolls around, which is my next meet, I'll be able to double 474 as well, and maybe squat very close to 500 pounds. Next was my bench press, and interestingly enough, of all the lifts, I would say that bench press went the best for me. I went 3 out of 3 on my bench, ending with a lift of about 292 pounds, 132.5 kilograms. And the reason why I say funnily enough is because 4 weeks out from the competition, I pressed 305 pounds, which was a lifetime PR, and I was really hoping and expecting to far exceed 300, considering that 305 went up rather quickly and rather easily when I pressed it. But then I got some kind of shoulder or arm injury. My doctor said it was something with my bicep or my pec. I'm not sure. Still not sure. All kinds of internal, external band rotation exercises. Something about my shoulder blade flaring out. So a lot of rhomboid and trap work to try and strengthen my back muscles and flatten my shoulder blade on the right side. Because as he said, if my right shoulder blade's kind of floating about, my shoulder can't get locked in, and being in the bench with all that weight, if my shoulder's not locked in, I'm putting a lot of strain on the muscles that would then have to take on the weight: my shoulder, my biceps, my pec, all those muscle groups. So I'm going to keep doing those as part of my warm-up. It helped out a ton, considering that I couldn't press a whole lot the week after I pressed 305. And I had to do all this work leading into the meet just to press 292. 300 will come, and I will surpass 300. And I will be a very happy guy when I do. So, with that being said, my bench program, I'd say, is a pretty good success. I didn't get a chance to try my peaking program, which was really going to hit my central nervous system very hard, and I was hoping it was going to build me up to being able to accomplish another 15, maybe 20 pounds on top of what I was already capable of. But only just for the meet. I probably wouldn't be able to emulate a training program based off of that max. because the way I was setting up the program, it was very central nervous system based, not sustainable for training. So, that being said, my deadlift. So, my deadlift programming has been stupendous for me, I would say. I was going on an alternating program which alternated between deadlifting twice a week, squatting once a week, and then squatting twice a week and deadlifting once a week. And my deadlift just blew up. But at the competition, I deadlifted the same amount that I squatted, and typically my deadlift is higher than my squat. So I squatted 474, 215. I deadlifted 474, 215 kilos. So, right, the good is that all of these lifts are PRs for me, meet PRs. They're not training PRs because I pulled 475 for 3 weeks out from the competition. And I pressed 305, but I've never pushed as much weight in a competition. So the bad, which is what happened? Why couldn't I deadlift more? Well, part of it is that I came in at 474, and then I thought I could jump straight to 500. I was very, very confident I could pull 500, and I was humbled because despite the confidence, I couldn't get it off the floor. So what I see is a few things. One, I think that my training program did not peak me correctly for this meet. Or maybe it did and I just wasn't listening to my program, considering I was supposed to pull my past maximum for 2, which was 464, and I decided, I'm feeling really good about this, and a buddy of mine watched the videos and he said, go for 475. So I think I may have peaked myself 2 to 3 weeks too early for the meet. 1. 2, the meet was one of the biggest meets in New Jersey history for the USAPL Federation. 332 lifters, or give or take a few. So they were not prepared for that many people. The meet went over its time drastically. The meet was supposed to be over at 5 o'clock. It wasn't over till 9. So we were supposed to start at 3 o'clock. I don't think we really started until about 3:30 or so. And then, you squat, it's like 4 o'clock. I deadlifted, it was 8 o'clock. So 4 hours between my squat and my deadlift. The day is just a marathon. And I don't think that the atmosphere was very good for me either. It was very busy. There were way too many people in the back. A lot of people who didn't belong there. Some guys had little entourages of like 2 or 3 friends that really muddied up the place. And Robert Keller, the guy who runs the competition, bless him, because without him we wouldn't have this meet. But there's never enough plates in the back. Never enough. You have plenty of red plates, but then you want a yellow plate? Well, the yellow plates, there's only enough for like 3 or 4 of the 5 platforms. So if you're unlucky, you'll be on the platform that doesn't have the yellow plates, or the blue plates, or any of the other plates that would let you warm up at a weight between one red plate and another red plate. And that's a huge hassle. It's a huge problem, and it's a big frustration. And all these frustrations built up on me and just wore me out. I pulled 474 with very little energy, and I tried to summon up what I could for 500, and I couldn't get it off the ground. So that was more or less the ugly part of it. Was just the meet, the handling of the meet, and they did everything they could, really. The staff did everything they could. Robert did everything he could. They put up 3 platforms. They had 5 warm-up platforms in the back. They did everything they could. So, I'm not blaming them by any stretch of the imagination. It's just there's way too many lifters. They're going to go to 3 days next year. Spread it out. Make sure there's not so many people around, which will be a big help. But Rob, if you ever watch this video, please get more plates in the back. This was a problem last year too. Weren't enough plates. Plenty of red plates, not enough yellows, blues, greens, all the other little plates. There were not enough of them. So if you ever get the chance to watch this, Rob, please get more of them. There needs to be more of them. So that's it. Yeah. I squatted 474, I deadlifted 474, and I benched 292. When I wanted to bench 300 and deadlift 500 and didn't get it. Oh well. Um, I can do it in training. I'm pretty sure I could pull 500 in deadlift like 3 weeks from now, but it's a whole new training cycle for nationals. So I'm hoping by nationals I can increase all of my numbers by 20 or so pounds, and increase another 60 to break 1300. I'm at 1240. If I got my deadlift and my bench, I'd be at like 1240 plus 30 would be 1270. So another 60 or 50 under that, I'd be at like 1320. So I hope to surpass 1300 by nationals. I'm going to run through my last cycle with a few little tweaks. Hopefully I can get the peaking a little bit better, and hopefully we'll see an almost 500-pound squat, a well above 300-pound bench press, and a well above 500-pound deadlift from me. And that would be absolutely amazing. It would tell me that I'm certainly on the road to being strong. And I know that I'm strong to many people, but here in powerlifting, no matter how strong, no matter how big you get, there always seems to be someone else out there. Until you're standing number one at IPF Worlds, there's always someone else out there. So that's it. I just wanted to go over that real quick. I hope you enjoyed the videos of my lifts, the successful ones. Anyways, I'm gonna put together a whole meet video of all my attempts, and throw that up on the channel for everyone to watch. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and share, I guess. Who wants to see this thing and share it around? But again, just want to influence and inspire people. So hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Peace.